The much-dreaded Trump tariffs have kicked in, and it's bad news for both its friends and its allies. The goal? To force countries into what he calls fair trade deals with America. While nations like China, Mexico, and Canada are facing the brunt, there's one country that won't be losing any sleep due to Trump's economic tool. That country is Iran. But Washington has a much bigger weapon in its arsenal: secondary tariffs. These could hit Iran where it really hurts, targeting its biggest trading partners. This in turn can force them to choose between business with Tehran or access to the lucrative US market. Now, Iran's trade with the United States is practically non-existent. Last year, it exported just $6.2 million worth of goods to the US, and in 2023, that number was even lower, $2.2 million. By comparison, a single major American retailer like Walmart or Amazon moves more goods in a few minutes than Iran does in an entire year of trade with the US. So, as Trump's tariffs take effect today, Iran is largely unaffected, but that's on paper. But here's where things get serious. The real danger for Iran doesn't come from direct tariffs. It comes from secondary tariffs. Instead of punishing Iran directly, Washington is threatening to punish the countries that do business with Iran. And that's a much bigger problem for Tehran. This comes as Trump has threatened to bomb Iran if Tehran refuses to abandon its nuclear ambitions and make other concessions. Right now, about 83% of Iran's non-oil exports go to just 7 countries. They are China, Iraq, the UAE, Turkey, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and India. These countries are Iran's economic lifeline, allowing it to keep selling goods despite heavy US sanctions. But here's the catch. 6 of these 7 countries also have massive trade relationship with the United States. China, for example, exported $427 billion worth of goods to the US last year. India, the UAE, and Turkey also rely on American markets for billions in annual exports. If Trump imposes secondary tariffs, it puts these countries in a tough position. They can continue buying Iranian oil, petrochemicals, and metals, but doing so could mean higher tariffs on their own exports to the US. The risk? A trade war that could force some of Iran's biggest buyers to scale back or cut ties entirely. And then there's the issue of rebranding. Iran isn't just exporting goods under its own name. It's shipping them to partners who repackage them and send them off as if they originated elsewhere. The numbers don't lie. Iranian customs data claims it sent $13.8 billion in non-oil goods to China last year. But China's official trade records show only $4.4 billion in imports from Iran. A similar pattern appears with Turkey and India. Iran reported $6.4 billion in exports to Turkey, but Turkish customs data only acknowledged $2.45 billion. India's reports claim $1.8 billion in exports, while India recorded just $718 million in Iranian imports. These discrepancies suggest that Iranian goods are being rerouted and rebranded. Basically, Tehran has found a clever way to move its sanctioned goods. If Washington starts cracking down on these backdoor trade routes, it could severely disrupt Iran's ability. Iran's biggest exports, oil, liquefied petroleum gas, and petrochemicals and metals, make up 70% of its non-oil economy. In just the last fiscal year, Iran exported $10 billion in liquefied petroleum gas, $13 billion in petrochemicals, $10 billion in metals, and $5 billion in gas. And nearly all of it went to the very countries that now risk being hit by Trump's secondary tariffs. So while the recent tariffs might not hit Iran directly, the long-term impact could be devastating. if Trump forces Iran's biggest customers to make a choice: trade with Tehran or trade with the US. Many may decide it's not worth the risk. With Rudrishish Kanjilal, Bureau Report, India Today Global.